What's going on, New Gaming Order? This is Alex Lexus, Lyoko Lion, and Demizzle coming at you for the WWE Royal Rumble 2016 post pay-per-view wrap-up. So I wanted to give these two guys the floor to do their quick introduction. There's some parts of the pay-per-view I did miss, so I'm going to rely on my staff to kind of help me fill in the gaps for our audience. So, Lyoko Lion, give us an intro and any plugs you want to do for your channel, my friend.
Hello everyone, I am the leader of Code Equestria. I'm also known as Nirvana Sparkle, but you know me as Lyoko Lion. I am a nearly 30-year WWE fan and veteran, and you can expect straight takes and straight fire tonight as always, and make sure to check out my weekly wrestling show, Equestrian Rumble, over on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/C/Code Equestria 1.
Alright. And free play mode, Demizzle, my friend since freshman year of high school. What's going on? What quick intro so we can get started.
Dude, I don't even want to say shit. I'm fucking hot, yo.
Hey, Demizzle, there's some things that I didn't even know I knew before we're gonna agree on and disagree, but I know me and you are gonna go in on WWE right now. So I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna put it like this: I could have had my time onto something else with my dog, my girlfriend, my sisters.
I was having a great time until that happened, and it just fucked it all up.
Yeah. But let's get started. So since you guys saw the pay-per-view match, I wanted to actually let Demizzle lead that portion, and then once we get to the main pay-per-view, we'll go from there. So Demizzle, you got the floor.
The pre-pay-per-view kickoff match, it was a four-man tag between the Dudleys, the Ascension, Jack Swagger, and Mark Henry, and I forget who else, but it was to see who would get two spots in the Royal Rumble. And the match itself wasn't anything special. It was just a giant clusterfuck. But in the end, Jack Swagger and Mark Henry ended up winning in what was one of the most confusing endings I've ever seen in a four-way tag team match in a long ass time. It was just real badly orchestrated, and they really didn't need that. They just should have gave two people two spots and have at it.
Okay. So Lyoko Lion, what are your thoughts on that match?
Right. The other two being Damian Sandow and Darren Young, kind of a makeshift tag team just to fill in the remaining team. Now, Mark Henry recently said on WWE.com that tonight's Royal Rumble may be his last.
Yes, I heard that.
And that was the ultimate tip-off when I did my predictions earlier this morning back on my channel that Mark Henry and Jack Swagger would win, and lo and behold, they did. So I wasn't expecting much from this match. It's typical kickoff stuff, nothing really too special to go off there.
Yeah, that's why I kind of try to stay away from the kickoff matches. I can be I don't know, just extend the length of the pay-per-view. It doesn't make sense to me. Waste of time. That I don't know, but
I could understand the meaning of the kickoff matches because it's it's not really meant for the
pay-per-view.
The home audience is really meant to get the crowd warmed up, because you don't want to go into a pay-per-view cold, because before the WWE started doing kickoff matches, I gotta admit, even though the opening match may have been a great match, the audience may have not have been into it until midway into the match, and then it ended up ruining the atmosphere of the match. So having these kickoff matches, I understand why they do them, to warm up the crowd, get them ready for the opening match, because within the last say 2 or 3 years, the opening matches to pay-per-views have been fucking great, with a few exceptions.
Okay, cool. All right, so how many of the pay-per-view matches were there?
There were 4 pay-per-view matches in the Royal Rumble itself.
Okay, so starting with the first one, as you can see in the background, we have Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. Now, I ended up missing the match. It is what it is. But my staff, Lyoko Lion, what are your thoughts on that match? I know that the outcome, but I'm gonna let you guys flesh out that story.
Oof. They almost killed each other in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, literally, this is the best match of the non-Rumble matches of the night. These two were practically doing everything to each other. These two have this crazy chemistry.
Okay.
And this is like the, I believe, second or third time they've done work at a pay-per-view, and it's always been great, but it's the best of the three. I mean, Kevin Owens took one heck of a spot, so did Dean Ambrose. You had spots all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a fantastic matchup that I hope that ends the feud, to be honest. I don't think it can get any better than that, but it was an excellent opening matchup.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Demizzle, what are your thoughts on Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship?
After what happened later in the night, it made this matchup the match of the evening.
Oh, you know what? I actually have to agree with you. From some of the highlights that I did see on that match, I mean, it seemed hyped. So,
like, these two, they work extremely well together. Like, they have very good styles that they can work various styles. And Dean Ambrose worked a brawling style while Kevin Owens worked a more technical style. But they work very, very well together, and it shows because they have faced off in the independents before when Dean Ambrose was John Moxley and Kevin Owens was Kevin Steen in the independents. But if this was the blow-off match to their feud, it was a great way to go out. If it's like the climax, it makes you wonder what else they can do next with each other. But I'm not going to spoil what happens later, but judging by what happened later on in the night, I do think this is the blow-off to that feud, and it does deserve to go out on a high note like this because this was easily the match of the night.
Okay, good stuff. Pardon me for a second. Ooh, okay, had to sneeze. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we are moving on to the next match, which is the New Day versus the Usos. Now, I already know what Coda Equestria is going to say, Mr. Lyoko Lion. And before I give the staff the floor to talk, Edgy Scopes, thank you for supporting and checking us out this evening. Shintakuma, I know is watching also, but shout out to our audience this evening. I know y'all joining us kind of late, but it's a condensed show because I don't want to have it drawn off like an hour or 2 hours like our past shows. So that's in the effort to do a new format. All right, so getting back to the point, New Days versus the Usos.
New Day rocks.
You know what, Demiso, I'm about to kick you off this Skype call, but Lyoko Lion, have at it, man. What are your thoughts?
God, those unicorns, they keep bothering me, and typically I like ponies, but I don't like these ponies. I have said it repeatedly that I hate these three together, and I hate the fact that they keep winning, but the Usos don't deserve it either. So I had to go New Day on my predictions video.
Lyoko Lion, that is blasphemy, my friend.
I had to because, crap, there are no better tag teams right now, and it hurts me.
What hurts me is how they have three people holding a two-person title.
Yeah,
Free bird rule, baby. Free bird rule.
Free bird rule. Definitely in effect. And yes, that stupid trombone is back.
Bum, 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 bum.
But I knew the Usos weren't going to win. They're probably going to lose the titles at Mania to probably the Wyatts because they look like they're on fire, something fierce.
Yeah, but I would just say, considering some events that happened later on in the pay-per-view, the Wyatts are white hot right now.
Yeah,
They
no.
are white hot.
I
So,
mean,
all right. So with that, Demizzle, your thoughts on your boys? You know, Demizzle's the fourth member of New Day. Go ahead.
Unicorn horn out, baby. Yo, I'm telling you, man. At first, I was down on a New Day. I was not convinced, but they have won me over, and they have won the WWE fans over.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Dude,
No,
did
they
you
didn't.
not hear they go crazy for the New Day?
No, they.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
They
hear
were
that.
chanting for Xavier Woods to play the trombone. That's
Yeah.
how you know someone is over, man.
You
Yeah,
know
very-
what? You know what? Their title reign needs to be over.
Dude.
That's my. I mean,
No,
it was
but
a solid
dude,
match. I mean, to say the least.
It was a very good match, and like they started off as a joke team, but they get it done in the ring. They actually perform. They're not like.
But they're cheating, man. That whole 3-man thing. That it's a 2-man title. I'm tired. It's getting old.
Man.
It's getting old.
Bird rule.
Oh my gosh! I wish the Shield are still together to take these guys out, man. This is getting real old.
It's fun to watch. I love Xavier Woods is entertaining. Like he's possibly the only wrestler that I know that has gotten over without actually wrestling.
yeah.
How does someone do that? Like it's like
Dude,
he's
the
no
man
different
is
than Lana
Right.
or
The dude is
Summer Rae.
entertaining. He's got the trombone. He's got up, down going to man.
Yeah, that's the only reason why, like outside, like him, Rusev, Kofi, like the gamers and stuff. Like, hey, they're my brothers in arms, but still, I don't want to see this. Just like you guys didn't want to see Cena. I don't want to see the New Day. I'm tired of it. This is old. This is old.
No, there is a difference. Between
I feel
the
like
New Day-
no, it's the same thing because I feel that it's like this is being forced. I want to see another tag team, out there. And if they don't have another one, they're not doing their job at WWE corporate to push a team. You know what I mean? I was thinking that the Ascension was going to do something. Now look at this. It's like, they're freaking Stardust's attack dogs. It doesn't make sense.
Let me rebut that. The difference between John Cena and the New Day was that no matter what John Cena does, he constantly gets booed, and he is constantly portrayed as the face, and they keep shoving him down the fans' throats.
Just like they're doing New Day.
No, wait, let me finish. The New Day were essentially slapped together as a throwaway team. And it took them a while to gel because they just were like, okay, it's not the New Day, it's just Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods. And then they became the New Day, and they just started doing goofy stuff and like just started doing whatever. Like there's an interview with CM Punk, and in that interview he talks about the New Day, and because Kofi is one of his best friends, and he straight up says like the best gimmicks come like people start to get over in the WWE when they stop giving a shit. Like especially when they're given throwaway gimmicks, because they don't count on throwaway gimmicks getting over, but the New Day did. It was nothing that the WWE did, like getting behind them to get them over. They got over on their own.
Well, I have other reasons why I'm not feeling them, but
and that's why the fans appreciate what they do.
It's not everybody though. There's some towns that like them, other towns that don't. It's like they're polar, just like Cena.
No, but they're not. The other difference between Cena and the New Day is they don't try and make the New Day faces, like in the traditional sense. They believe that they're good guys, but they're actually heels, and they play that heel role very well.
And you know what? I have to give a shout out to Takuma. He said 3 grown men talking about unicorns.
Hey, I do that for a living. Sorry, Shinakuma. I do that for like 3 months out of a year. So if you want to discuss talking ponies,
Oh my gosh.
me being a grown adult, we can have a discussion about that.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
the New Day is fun. Like if you don't take them too seriously, they're like that turn your brain off tag team. Well, not even tag team. They're the turn your brain off group and just have a good time with it.
Well,
You're not
that's
supposed
fine. That's fine and good, but they don't need the titles to do that.
But they're very good. Like, in addition to being entertaining, they're putting on very good matches, and that's something that is going very, very undernoticed.
Agreed.
I think their gimmick is overshadowing what their abilities as individuals seem to showcase. So.
See, but that's the thing. The WWE did not have confidence in their personality as individuals, even though they were very good workers as individuals. Like, nobody's going to deny that Kofi wasn't a good worker. Nobody's going to deny that Big E wasn't a good worker. But as individuals, they were probably the most vanilla wrestlers ever.
Okay, David. David, I'll make you a deal right here on this podcast. If Xavier Woods can win a mid-card title, I will buy a New Day shirt and I will become a fan of the New Day.
Oh man, this is going to happen at WrestleMania. I feel it.
You know what? I want no parts of this. This is between you two. Those of you watching on the stream, that's between them and our YouTube people. You guys, y'all heard it here live. Sorry. So we don't go off on a tangent. We're gonna move on to the next match. So let me cue it up. We are going into the U.S. title match, Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio. Now, I had no idea that. I guess I had missed out on one of the SmackDowns, but Del Rio had retained the U.S. title, or actually regained it, and then now, I guess this third match in their trilogy.
Yep.
I would have to say, the one thing. Alberto Del Rio, for me, for fighting luchadors, I think he's a little too big, but he knows how to work with them. I will say that. Being one of the descendants of Mil Mascaris, his uncle, they are on point. And I would say that Kalisto, if he maintains his momentum, I could see him being the next Rey Mysterio. I see a lot of good things in terms, he's a hell of a performer in the ring. And all things considered, him holding a title, I think, is a good thing for him. As long as they book him properly, I think they have a gem on their hands. So I wanted to give Lyoko Lion a chance to talk on Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto for the U.S. title.
This was a great, technically done, great technical match. I mean, I knew Kalisto was going to win, another prediction that I got right because somehow I've been a genius. But but seeing that they've been echoing Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio's name a lot with this character, it looks like they're trying to build Kalisto into the next one, and seeing that Botch Cara is down with a shoulder injury, at least it's good that they're using him for something. And it's kind of a different U.S. champion. Now, if they can book him with guys like Neville, let's say, and Sami Zayn, and guys that can really...
Or if Daniel Bryan comes back.
Or even Tyler Breeze, I would say. If they can book him with guys that would be equal to his size, where he can utilize his speed, where you can see a lot of excitement, he can be a really interesting U.S. champion, and I'm glad that he got the title back, although I wish Del Rio would have just kept the title to tonight, and that there was no hot swap in between.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So, Demizel, what are your thoughts on Alberto Del Rio? Now, I do want to point, the match had great flow, technical display, but Kalisto nearly damn near killed himself with one of the botches where he was trying to do. It's like he
was trying to do like a sunset flip by jumping off of Alberto Del Rio's back, but he looked like he slipped off
and this landed square on his head.
I was like, whoa! But I thought, other than that, it was a very solid match. It wasn't the greatest match ever, but you can tell that Kalisto, they're pushing him to be the next Rey Mysterio Jr. because they brought up Rey Mysterio, especially JBL. He brought up Rey Mysterio Jr. a lot. That match.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I like to watch Kalisto when he was with the Lucha Dragons with Sin Cara, and to correct Lyoko Lion, it's not the same Sin Cara that used to be under there. That guy got fired. The guy that's playing Sin Cara now is Hunico, and he's much better than the original Sin Cara.
Okay. Oh, so they WWE have rights to the Sin Cara character.
They own the rights to the character and the look. It's just a different person playing the character. It's the same thing. Like TNA Wrestling owns the rights to the Manic gimmick, even though multiple people have played that character. So it's the same situation. But I like Kalisto, and I agree with what Lyoko Lion said. If they book him properly. Like, I don't mind him going up against bigger wrestlers like Alberto Del Rio. They just need to be able to work that style of match or work a quicker paced match. I don't want to see him fighting guys like The Big Show. I don't want to see him fighting Kane. I don't want to see him... I don't want to see that. I want to see him fighting like your Dean Ambroses. I want to see him fight Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens can work against guys like that. Yeah. I want to see him fight, like... just good workers in order to build him up as a United States champion and a mid-card level champion overall. I Those agree. Are the types of matches that he needs.
Outstanding. All right, so with that, New Gaming Order audience, we're going to move to our next match in the shoot, and that is the Divas Championship match, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Now... oh, and I crapped that really badly. So just bear with me.
I'm going to have to do something right quick. I'm going to just have to throw a coat over this match.
I'm going to say this. There were some good things towards the end of the match. I would just point out that their in-ring ability, Becky Lynch surprised me. I didn't realize she used the Japanese exploder suplex so much. I mean, she has a more rough angle, like, powerhouse style, but you wouldn't get that from just initially looking at her. But very, very good flow between her and Charlotte. I would just say that I hate what they did with Charlotte's character after the whole build-up with the Bellas. And, having her, come up through the ranks and such, it's a shame to see all of that just be blown away in the wind, where now she's becoming not just like Flair, but a hollow copy. She has no originality. She should have maintained her persona before, and instead of going into, like, I'm going to be like my daddy. Like, come on now. You have a lot of people that fight to stay out of the shadow of their parents, famous parents. But this one is, like, indulging herself in there. And I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed with that direction. Ric Flair, a funny guy. Why the hell did he, like, try to stick tongue in Becky Lynch's mouth during the match?
Dude, he's the kiss stealing, jet flying, limousine riding son of a gun.
And he did a big woo. I was just like, what the heck? But the way the match ended was kind of jacked up. But the surprise twist, I'm gonna wait till the rest of the staff talks about their points. But Demizel, what are your thoughts? You said you didn't really care about this match too much, so. That's why
I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a very solid match. I'm glad they gave it more than the typical Diva 5-minute piss break time. So
is that largely in part because of Becky Lynch's abilities in the ring?
Like, Becky Lynch and Charlotte are both very, very good wrestlers. They're very solid, and I enjoy watching them in NXT because I do have the WWE Network. Yeah, and you would too if you had the WWE Network. But that's another argument for another day.
Don't put my business out on the street, Demizel. My laundry is my laundry, all right? Times are hard, all right? Unless, donations come our way, and I can go ahead and do that for you guys.
Hey, New Gaming Order, give this man a year-long subscription to the WWE Network. It is only $9.99 a month.
Hey, I have a new dog. I got expenses, okay? So, continue.
But yeah, it was a very solid match. I enjoyed the match as a whole, even the Ric Flair antics, because I like Ric Flair in that managerial / daddy Daddy's looking over his little girl's shoulder, and I like that. And to your point about Charlotte not being in her dad's shadow, they were eventually going to do that somewhere down the line. I'm glad they're doing it now, early in her career,
so that they don't have to rely on it later.
right? Like,
Okay.
if they do it now, it's like, okay, that's already established. Like, she can, like, if she has a longer career,
Mm-hmm.
we can always come back to that, but this is established now. So
Okay.
we can branch off from that at a later date once we feel it's run its course. But we can always come back to this. If they wait like 3, 4, 5 years from now to establish that, yeah, that's Ric Flair's daughter, and out of nowhere here comes Ric Flair, they're essentially striking while the iron is hot right now.
Yeah, I agree. And
the ending to the match was funny. I thought that was cute. I thought that was like classic Ric Flair. Like, okay, I don't want to hit a girl, but I got to do something. Let me throw my coat on her.
And why did the referee stop? Like, if she had the disarmer on her, she was gonna win the title. She was gonna win it.
I thought it was funny. And then the aftermath of the match, I thought was great because Sasha Banks finally came out after months and months of the WWE fans. I refuse to call them the WWE Universe. WWE can have that fucking term.
Yeah,
we're
stupid.
still fans.
Yeah.
The fans were chanting for this woman for months and months after the match she had with Becky on NXT TakeOver. If you haven't seen it, it's a classic. It's on WWE Network. And
Look,
it's like they put this girl on a back burner for no reason, and she's fucking amazing. She's
Like Daniel Bryan, like such talent, such potential. They're not like utilizing them, and what the fans are asking for, they're not getting.
And she finally came out and got a huge pop, and they did the okey doke because they thought she was gonna originally attack Charlotte, and it didn't happen. She kicked Becky Lynch out the ring, and then it was thought that she and Charlotte was about to team up. Charlotte went to go out the ring, turn her back, got put in the bank statement.
Yeah, and the crowd went crazy on that one. That was dope.
And you know what they're gonna build to? They're gonna build to a match with her at WrestleMania with Snoop Dogg in her corner because that's her cousin.
Really?
Yup.
Yep.
Shut up! I had no idea. Snoop Dogg is Sasha Banks' cousin.
Yes, sir.
What the? Okay, well, hopefully Snoop Dogg ain't mad at Xbox Live. It's working now. Like all right, so Lyoko Lion, what are your thoughts on this match and the return of Sasha Banks?
Becky Lynch, aka female Sheamus, they could make babies together and form a ghost.
Unbelievable.
Becky Lynch is not that pale.
Oh my god.
But no, she's not that white, yo. Sheamus literally gets lost in the spotlight, son.
What about Paige? She's no different.
Yeah. And of course, Ashley Flair, aka Charlotte. Great technical matchup for a women's match. These two can actually go. But let's be honest, just like Donald Trump will be our once and future President of the United States,
no.
our once and future Divas champion finally arrived and put her claim on notice for the tax to be collected in about 70 days from now.
Yeah. You know what I think? IRS should come out as a manager for Sasha Banks. Pay your taxes. That would be awesome. Just wishful thinking, but continue.
Because even though the match was great and it was Rick being Rick with classic Ric Flair shenanigans, I mean, it was a great women's match. I mean, the Divas game has really elevated, but the true champion has not been crowned. Thankfully, I won't have to wait too much longer.
Okay.
Because I marked out over the ending. I can't wait to see her with that championship. It's only a matter of time because she is the legit boss.
Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, we are moving on to the main event and the final portion of this podcast. Now, I would like to have a disclaimer. We have to keep it short because, I don't want to be doing it too long. But we're just gonna point out some highlights for the Royal Rumble match since it was like the biggest portion of that pay-per-view. But I would say the lineup for participants in this Royal Rumble was very strong. They didn't have throwaway gimmick characters or Godfather showing up or Farouk or any. This was a legit roster. Me and Demizo were watching this together live, and I was like, man, this is very, very strong lineup. A lot of debuting individuals.
AJ Styles.
I was just okay with that. Let's start with how the Royal Rumble match started. Roman Reigns unfortunately drew number one, right? So who was second? Rusev. So Rusev got eliminated or whatever, so it is what it is. But the number 3 entrant into the match was AJ Styles, and the pop was insane.
Yes. They did a good job with this because they held it in Orlando. They debuted AJ Styles in Orlando. And for those who don't know the significance, TNA Wrestling for like the last 10 years has been based out of Orlando. So he is very well known in Central Florida.
And the crowd responded in kind.
And they kept his Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling music, and I'm glad that they did. Like they let him keep his name, they let him keep his look, and they acknowledged that he was a champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
They acknowledged that he's like nearly a 20-year veteran. They did not fuck up AJ Styles, and this made me happy.
And I was hoping that Daniel Bryant would have returned because I would love to see him in a program with AJ Styles. Imagine a healthy.
But we'll get to who they may potentially put him in a program with.
Okay.
They may potentially put AJ Styles in a program with Kevin Owens because
of the elimination.
When Kevin Owens came in,
he went straight for
AJ Styles, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah. So we know, but Lyoko Lion, what are your thoughts on AJ Styles' debut tonight?
About time. Welcome to Real Wrestling, AJ. Welcome to your destiny.
Mm-hmm. And before you continue, the 2 guys that he was working with that super kicked that girl, they did. Whoever that was, those 2, I hope they get signed too, because I was talking to Shinwar on the phone.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah, AJ Styles wasn't the only person from Ring of Honor that got signed. But
yeah, they signed nearly the entire Bullet Club. They signed what the hell? They signed Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
And they signed Luke Gallows. And
Luke Gallows is back?
Yep.
Okay.
And they signed AJ Styles, and they're gonna also sign Carl Anderson when his contract is up on the 31st, and they're looking into signing the Young Bucks as well.
If they bring the Young Bucks, keep that stable together so they could go against the New Day. That'd be freaking awesome.
And then they would add, because Finn Balor, when he was Prince Devitt in New Japan Pro Wrestling, he was the leader of the Bullet Club.
Ah, okay, WWE.
So that's why he's been doing the whole Baylor Club thing.
Okay, cool. And then I see Edgy Scopes like AJ Styles. Like, yep, that's good stuff. All right, so another highlight I wanted to mention, not a highlight, but more like a low light. R-Truth. Why the hell did he come to the Royal Rumble, pull a ladder out, thinking it was a ladder match? Climbed up the ladder, and the funny thing is, they let him climb up the ladder.
Yeah, like everybody was just looking at him like, what the fuck is he doing?
I thought that me and Shimmer on the phone, he called me. It was like, did you see what R-Truth did? I'm like, yeah. He climbed up the ladder. I thought they were gonna push him out over, but I guess he just got eliminated by Kane. Or was it Big Show? Can't remember.
It was Kane.
Yeah, but. What was R-Truth doing, man? You're a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn, born in January like me. Like, come on, man. What you doing?
You gotta talk to that man.
R-Truth has left his brain somewhere in the haze of the chronic he's been smoking and hasn't seen it for about 8 months. So this is typical R-Truth now.
Yeah, he's like that goof character, little Jimmy ain't around no more, so he done lost his way. But another point in the Royal Rumble match, League of Nations took out Roman Reigns for a good portion of the match. And not only that, the fans have returned to booing Roman Reigns, and I think it's, again, mainly based off of bad booking, bad storytelling. Fire those writers, elevate the NXT writers, get this done right.
The thing is, there are no NXT writers. There is one writer.
Okay.
And there's one producer.
Okay.
And there are like 3 road agents.
Okay.
The one producer is Triple H. The one writer is I forget his name, but there are 3 road agents. And the reason why NXT has such a sleek feel is because it doesn't have many hands on it. Mm-hmm. There's not like a high chain of ladder to approve shit. There's literally one person that approves everything, and that's Triple H.
Oh, I want to respond to Edgy Scope saying the Balor Club versus the Wyatts.
That would be fun.
Okay, that's good stuff.
That would be very fun.
You know what else was good during the Rumble match?
What's that?
Sami Zayn.
Yes.
And Kevin Owens.
Yes. And he who got eliminated? Interesting.
Fight, Owens, fight.
But
fight,
I'm glad
Owens,
Sami Zayn is healthy again, and finally making it to main roster. Hopefully it's not just for the Royal Rumble, but we'll see how that works. I'm actually looking forward to Finn Balor coming onto main roster at some point, so we'll see how that works. But another pop for me, Braun Strowman having that stare down with Big Show. You heard the crowd
eliminating the Big Show.
yeah,
by himself.
By himself. And then, then you have Brock come in, and they had their face off. But Brock was giving Strowman the business, man. Hitting him with the tiger knees and stuff. But Strowman looked strong in that pay-per-view. Like his first Royal Rumble, his debut. I was impressed, but it was still kind of slow-paced. And he's still kind of clumsy with his movement. But we'll see how he develops over time. You had Ryback pop up, Miz, a lot of people that kind of to me was lackluster. You had Jericho, he had like 46 minutes.
He was like in there for 50 plus minutes. He was like the Iron Man. He got the Iron Man push of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So, but Leo Lion, anything you wanted to point out before I give Demizzle some highlights?
Man, all I have to say is this 1998? Because I remember this exact storyline playing out in 1998, except the role of Stone Cold Steve Austin will now be played by Roman Reigns, and the role of the corporation will now be played by glorified mid-Carter and the League of Nations. And what I mean by glorified mid-Carter is our favorite tub of mayonnaise, Sheamus.
Tub of mayonnaise. Oh my gosh. Okay, continue.
I mean, there were some great stuff. And of course, Kofi with the weird elimination of the year, being picked up on the shoulders by his New Day compatriots, only to be eliminated pseudo off screen. Miz cutting promos. I mean, this felt more like the 98 Royal Rumble than anything else.
Okay. And any other highlights, Demizzle, before we talk about some of the major F-ups? I actually want to point out that I think the Wyatts are on Brock Lesnar's radar because of that elimination.
Oh, hell yeah.
Brock, he's going to have himself some Wyatts on a stick for what happened.
Going into WrestleMania is going to be Brock versus all the Wyatts, culminating with Bray versus Brock at WrestleMania.
Bray versus Brock. I think that right now. But here's the thing: if they stick Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt has to win. He has to win. I don't care what anybody says, and it's not that I have disdain towards Brock Lesnar. You have to look at Bray Wyatt is that monster heel that you need. The consistent guy that's there every week. SmackDown, Raw, on the road and all that. Like, you gotta elevate him. Push him for WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
You and I don't have like the longest track record when it comes to Brock Lesnar and agreeing on things on what should happen with Brock Lesnar, but in this rare instance, I'm actually going to agree with you.
You know what? I wish I had the sound effects today because it's like hell froze over. But we've agreed on other things in the past, but it's a rare thing.
But it's rare that we agree on anything regarding Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
But I believe that Bray should go over Brock Lesnar, but not cleanly. He needs to do it in typical Bray Wyatt fashion with the
of course.
Wyatt family just beating the shit out of Brock Lesnar.
and thus keeping Brock Lesnar looking strong. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you couldn't beat him straight up, so.
And, like, quite arguably, Bray Wyatt is the best promo guy that the WWE has right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I agree.
His pre-Rumble promo was great. Even though it was short, it just made you feel it. It was like, we are death, we are pestilence, we are war, we are
the horsemen of the apocalypse.
The apocalypse has come. Run.
But you know what? I didn't think Brock was going to win it anyway. And I was wondering what he was supposed to do in there, but...
They established it. They established what he was supposed to do in there very well.
Now, I was reading... Now we're going into the controversial portion, our final segment. And, we're hopefully trying to finish in record time. But the last portion of the Royal Rumble, number 30, New Gaming Order audience, WWE fans, was motherfucking Triple H. Retired, not looking the same type Triple H. He's in great shape, don't get me wrong, but you see age is starting to whip him. I thought age whipped Solid Snake and The Undertaker and Sting and a couple other folks, but and Ric Flair, he looked like the damn mummy. But Triple H came out there at number 30. What the fuck, WWE? Shout out to the Black Dragon, who he sent me a message on Facebook. Like, he's like, I'm fucking done with WWE. This is some BS. I can't believe Triple H had the audacity to put himself in the match. You know what I mean? That ego or whatever, but it is what it is. You are not a wrestler anymore. You are a corporate person. You married into the business. Hey, there's no reason for... Shinwara even sent me a message on Facebook stating that he doesn't need the title. He doesn't need the title, but he came in there. It was a good standoff, build up, people getting eliminated here and there. Then he eliminated Roman Reigns. And then it was Dean Ambrose and Triple H in the end. You know what I mean? And, man, I was just like, okay, Roman got eliminated. At least let Dean Ambrose go over. No. What happened? I'm going to just leave it for Code Equestria to go first and then Demizzle, and we'll start wrapping up. But your thoughts on the controversy at the end?
Now, Triple H winning the Royal Rumble. I said in my predictions video that it had a 10% chance of happening. Rumble, that 10%... came out good. Now, Triple H doesn't need the title. Understand this. But if you're going to end the Authority storyline, if you're going to seemingly end his career, because I can see this match at WrestleMania being his last, and you want the match with Roman Reigns to actually mean something, because it's not strong enough on its own, its own merits, having the title involved, oddly enough, is the right move. Now, what I would do, however, is throw Dean Ambrose into the equation at Mania in 70 days and make it a triple threat.
Too many of those. Too many of those. I want to just see a mano a mano, like, hey, too many variables pop up when it comes to that. Oh, and I wanted to give a shout out to the Fierce Play. He pretty much predicted that Triple H would win the title. It is what it is. But yeah, continue.
But Triple H and Roman Reigns for the title in 70 days. I'm fine with this as long as it ends with the end of the authority.
Yeah.
I have always been saying that this pay-per-view was no chance in hell too, and it pretty much was. If this ends with the end of the authority, I'm fine with this, actually. I didn't want Roman Reigns to retain the title or even Ambrose to win the title here because he's already got the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
But again, it's about the event coming up in 70 days.
Yeah.
And
Well, Triple H has to lose in such a dramatic fashion that, it just has to be that, okay, this is it. It's over. Like, they need to, if this is their way of trying to solidify Roman Reigns as their new guy, stop dragging it out and move on. You know what I mean? Look, like with Charlotte, it was that slow build up. They finally got her there. Now, give somebody else a turn at the wheel. So.
Right, and I think that's what they're planning to do. If it was just those two one-on-one, would you have enough interest in it? No, but now that you have the title in it, now you have not only the symbol of the company, you have the guy that runs the place, you have all of this corporation stuff, you can set him up, get him over, and finish the actual storyline.
Yeah.
So I think they made the best move in the case of WrestleMania. Yes, it will sting for now, but I think ultimately it was the right move.
Yeah, I have no idea. It still sucks. A lot of people are like the initial backlash is like, oh, fuck Triple H, fuck this, fuck that. 17-time champion. Like, really? Again?
14.
Well, 14. I don't give a damn about Triple H no more. Like, he's not a in-ring. He's not an active competitor anymore. Like, I respect him for the NXT and all he's done for the new talent, but why do you need to get on that horse again? You don't need the title. And then to make reference to a lot of things that Demiso says on past shows, you're taking a title like slot from someone on the roster like a Dolph Ziggler or freaking like a Rusev. Like, why do you need at this stage in your career or your role in the company to wear that title? Shame on you, Triple H. Shame on you. But Demiso, before we conclude, what are your thoughts?
I was doing good in the rest of the pay-per-view. I was enjoying myself. I was having a good time. Now I'm just fucking hot. I'm pissed off.
Okay, and tell them why you mad.
That scenario that Lyoko Lion laid out is not the ideal scenario. Like, at least for me. Like, what they should have did was, I'm not mad that Triple H was in the Rumble because I thought something like that was gonna happen. Like, the Authority has to have one trump card up its sleeve other than the League of Nations. They had to have something. And I figured it was going to be Triple H entering the Rumble because normally when he's off TV for such a long period of time, that means he's getting ready. He's training to come back to do something.
Yeah.
So I was not mad at that. I was like, okay, Triple H. But Triple H entering the Rumble showed the fan, like, let's backtrack and set this up proper. Earlier in the Rumble, the League of Nations comes down, pulls Roman Reigns out of the ring, beats him down, essentially sends him to the back, and they hype it like, oh, we're probably going to have a new champion. Roman Reigns is out. He's injured. He can't go on. And then like an hour later, Sheamus comes into the match at like number 27, I think. And as Sheamus is getting into the ring, Roman Reigns just runs up out of nowhere and Superman punches him and runs to the ring. Like, you could tell how forced Roman Reigns is because as soon as that happened, the crowd booed. Like,
they were booing them throughout the
no, but like throughout the Rumble, it was like a mixture. Like, yeah, cheers and boos, but it was like a good mixture. It wasn't like heavily booed. But when that happened, the entire place just turned on Roman Reigns because they knew what was coming. Like, they had a sense that, okay, they're actually going to have Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble and retain the title, and they booed. That's how much they do not want to see Roman Reigns as the champion. Like, Roman Reigns would be better off as a heel. And I'll tell you the perfect scenario that they could have went with in order to make this happen. Triple H, like when Triple H entered the Rumble, the entire place exploded. They cheered for Triple H. They literally cheered, no boos. They cheered 100% for Triple H. That's how much people did not want to see Roman Reigns as a champion.
You know what I think? To rebut that, no matter who you put out there, this so-called universe is always gonna shit on it. I've come to
go for it.
I'm telling you, no matter, it's the society now that we're in. No matter what we have up in front of us, somebody will always have something to complain about. It's just like the fighting game community. You can't please these people.
But they're booking Roman Reigns all wrong.
Didn't I say that though?
Here's how they could have done it. They could have done it in the way, like, yes, have Triple H eliminate Roman Reigns. That way you have Dean Ambrose and Triple H last two. Then, because, like, it's not like Triple H eliminated Roman Reigns in a way that Roman Reigns was hurt and he was just taken out completely. Like, they panned to Roman Reigns and he was like in a state of disbelief. Yeah. He was like, fuck, Triple H eliminated me. Mm-hmm. He was just chilling, sitting there by ringside. What they could have done is had Dean Ambrose and Triple H square off as they did. And as Triple H was setting up Dean to eliminate him, they could have had Roman Reigns come and pull off Triple H and eliminate him and have Dean Ambrose win the heavyweight title. And then what they could have did to build Roman Reigns going heel is, like, they could have built, like, because now they got to have someone to face Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania because he has no challenger even though he's going to be in the main event. Mm-hmm. What they could have did was have Roman Reigns campaign his brother, his best friend, and the whole wide world from a storyline perspective. Hey, give me the shot. I was screwed out of the championship.
Okay, I
know
see
this,
that.
And I know this. Mm-hmm. And like the Authority could have cock blocked and stepped in and all this and all that, and finally they would relent and be like, hey, if you beat Triple H at WrestleMania, we will give you the shot against Dean Ambrose in the main event later that night.
Doesn't that sound like the Daniel Bryan thing?
Let me finish. So Roman Reigns goes on to beat Triple H at WrestleMania. And it's a hard-fought battle. Dean Ambrose is fresh. He goes up to Roman Reigns. He's like, you still want to do this? You're tired. I'm fresh. It wouldn't be a fair fight. Roman Reigns, trooper to the end, is like, no, we can do this. And then that's when things get screwy. Mm-hmm. Like, near the end of the match, Triple H comes out. Stephanie McMahon comes out. Vince McMahon comes out. Mm-hmm. And, like, they do something to cost Dean Ambrose the title versus Roman Reigns. And then, when they're awarding Roman Reigns the title, Triple H gets in the ring and shakes Roman Reigns' hands, and that would turn him heel. That would make Roman Reigns the new face of the Authority. That would set up Seth Rollins to be a face when he comes back and align himself with Dean Ambrose against the Authority. That would have been the perfect scenario right there.
Okay, hopefully if WWE is watching, we can have them give you credit. But we're going into overtime and I have to start wrapping up. But any final grading for the pay-per-view, Lyoko Lion, then free play mode, what would you grade this pay-per-view?
I would definitely grade this pay-per-view about a B+. The Royal Rumble to me is always about the setup to WrestleMania. It's not about the individual pay-per-view itself to me. And it set up all the big WrestleMania matches perfectly, and the Rumble was excellent. The ending is excellent. The setup is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I am already hyped, and we're 70 days away from this thing. It did exactly the job that it needed to do, but a great all night individually, too.
Okay. And then final report card for the Royal Rumble Demizzle before we start closing down.
All the matches before the Rumble, B+.
Okay.
With the Rumble, C.
Well, to me, the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles being in it was hype for me. You know, a lot of pops, returns, and things like that. You know, I think Sasha Banks making her statement was a highlight for me. Overall, I give it a B-. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. So with that, New Gaming Order audience, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. I have to make an announcement. Mugen, aka Nelson, may not be returning in the foreseeable future. I am now taking primary control over the show, but I'm always looking for partnership. Anyone that wants to, network and work with me to help fill any voids, assist me with streaming and website management, that would be greatly appreciated, as this is a big piece, or it's like Voltron. Like, I need people to man the arms, the legs, and all the other stuff. So just hit me up. Make sure you check out Free Play Mode's channel. Demizzle, you could do a quick plug, and then Lyoko Lion, and we're signing off. So you got the floor.
Well, yeah, definitely check out my Free Play Mode channel at youtube.com/freeplaymode. I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com/dmanforlife8017. So give that a check out. And also, if you see me on Xbox Live, Dmizzle for Rizzle is this gamer tag. If you want to play some games, hit me up. I'm always available for that.
All right. And Lyoko Lion, your plugs and our conclusion.
Of course, but if you want to get to me, my Xbox Live gamer tag is Lyoko Lion. As I am stated on PSN, I am Nirvana Sparkle if you want to play games with me over there. But make sure to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/C/code Equestria1. I do reviews over there of video games, of My Little Pony episodes, of TV, but most importantly, I do the Equestrian Rumble, a weekly WWE podcast show with me and my two friends, Dragonheart and Dr. Spartan, where we talk the week's WWE activities, and there might be a change coming that has to do with New Gaming Order.
Yeah, indeed.
So keep your eyes open for that, and you will, of course, see me the next time we do this for Living Life in the Fast Lane on February 21st, as we head down the road to my second birthday, WrestleMania 32, on April 3rd in 70 days. And thank you all, as always, for tuning in.
All right, with that, we out like the Juggernaut. Thank you guys very much, and stay tuned for our next month for WWE Fastlane, and the staff will be joining you again with our post pay-per-view thoughts. So make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Go to newgamingorder.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'll be greatly appreciated. This has been Alex, Lexus, and staff. We'll see you guys next month on our podcast. Peace.
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 And I'm out.